What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from aconnectiontv.com and A Connection TV here on YouTube, the two places on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And the similar connection that I want to adopt with you is for the love of Big Brother. Now, I've been watching Big Brother since season 17, 18. So not a whole long time, but I remember Nicole. I clearly and for surely know Devon. I know Bailey. I remember David. I remember Cody. I remember Christmas. There are quite a few people from this particular cast that I remember, and there are a ton that I know nothing about. So I'm watching this with like fresh eyes and a fresh mind. We are in the middle of a pandemic, and they have managed to figure out how to get this cast in the house so that they can still make some money. Okay. CBS knows how to run a show, and CBS knows how to keep our eyes glued to the TV. But there's something that CBS can't quite get correct, and that's the diversity in their casting. This particular cast of BB22 is not what I thought it would be, given the current climate that we're in the world. I'm not just talking about the pandemic. I'm not just talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about the world, period. And with 16 people, we only have 3 African American people, 1 of another ethnicity. I'm not sure what is Khazar. I'm not sure what Khazar is. And then that's it. If I'm correct, there's no Latino representation, Latin representation. If I could be wrong, let me know. Because the rest of the cast look very much Caucasian. And it's interesting that, again, we're in 2020. Everything that's happening in the world, and just with the thought of diversity and inclusion, I mean, for Christ's sake, Nia DaCosta is directing Captain Marvel 2. You have a black woman directing a movie with a white female lead. When does this ever happen? In 2020, and thanks to Kevin Feige. But CBS still seems to be behind the times. Suffice it to say, I'm still going to watch Big Brother. I'm still an avid or just a supporter and a fan. And a couple of the castmates, mainly Devon, has asked me to audition for the show, and I just haven't been able to. And I don't think I will ever be able to, because I run aconnectiontv.com, which, by the way, you should subscribe to that. Just subscribe and support. I would be so appreciative, okay? But shout out to Devon, shout out to Bailey, David. I'm glad Nicole is back. Oh, I thought she was her judgment was so skewed and off with dealing with those people last season, and she could have definitely won. She would have had the people's vote, period. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. This particular episode was very interesting, to say the least, and I'm not shocked who actually won, and I'm not shocked who didn't make HOH. I'm not shocked, period. But let's get to it. Now, apparently this is the first live game, okay? Nicole was a part of the first 4 to be brought up. She won on 16, she played on 16 and won on 18, and she's engaged to Victor, who was also like one of the heartthrobs in that season. And Danny was introduced next. Was on Big Brother 8 and 13. She's married to a guy named Dominic. Apparently he was on Big Brother as well. She won 5 vetoes in her season, so she's a comp beast. Devon from Big Brother 17 and 18. Love Devon. I think Devon is just an honest person. That's why I like her so much. She knows how to play the game with an honest heart. I want her to make it further. I just want her to make it further. I want her to make it further. Then we have Christmas, who made it really far. She was on 19. She broke her foot. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I like Christmas. I think Christmas is dope. And I remember Christmas being a competition beast. And I remember her playing a fair, decent game. They do the first challenge, and immediately I'm thinking to myself, Davon, you better come through, sis. You better come through, okay? Come through. All right, let's go. I think Nicole, I like Nicole. Nicole is cool. And there are a couple Nicoles on here, so I'm not talking about that Nicole's who I wasn't referencing. I was referencing Nicole from last season. Nicole's cool. But out of the four, I'm going for Christmas and Davon. Okay? Davon doesn't get close to winning, and Christmas wins. The next set of four are introduced, and we have Tyler from 20. I wasn't a fan. I didn't like how they played the game. And, Tyler pretty much got Casey all the way to the end, and she won. And I think she won because she was the nicest. Casey did pretty well with the competition at the end, but I felt like she rolled that wave all the way to the end, and she did. Ian from 14, don't know who he is. He won season 14. He won HOH 4 times, and he had 2 vetoes. Kevin from 11, don't know Kevin, but Kevin is the token gay. Enzo from season 12, don't know who that is. Ian actually ended up winning for HOH during their second 14 round, and Kevin ended up coming from behind. Right away, I'm looking at these people to see who is the competition, who has the potential to win this, right? I think we all are, right? Janelle from season 6, Allstars and 14. This is our 4th time on the show. Why are we giving her this many chances? I have no idea. And she was in the final 3 twice. Bailey from season 20. I love Bailey. Was it me, or did Swaggy look different in the behind the scenes clips? He looked different when they were like sitting down and giving each other. He looked different. Nicole, this is the Nicole that I like from season 21. She's back. Man, season 21 was a great season. And I'm glad that Nicole is back. I really am. I hope that she makes it far. Keisha from 10, don't know who she is. Nicole ends up winning this HOH, and Bailey came so freaking close. I was proud of her. She came so freaking close. She's coming off the heels of the challenge, okay? So we already know. We know that Bailey knows how to go up against people, and she knows how to compete, and she can be physical. I'm here for her all day long, Bailey. I'm here for you all day long. I'm so glad Casey is not on this season of Big Brother. Oh, I'm so glad. But again, Bailey has her challenge history, and so does Davon. Davon has her challenge history too. I don't know why she didn't do so well in the table challenge. I don't know why. Next top 4, you have Kazar from 6 and Allstars, don't know him. You have Cody from 16, I remember him. You have Memphis, don't know who that is, from season 10. He opened 37 restaurants. Brother is rich. I don't know why he's on this show. You have David from 21. We all know that David famously failed miserably. Okay? And then he came back and had the chance to redeem himself, and he failed again. Miserably. I don't have any high hopes for David. He said he moved to LA now. He doesn't live in Atlanta. He moved to LA. He's been working out. It didn't do him no favors because he failed and lost. Okay? At the end of the cast reveal, I'm upset that there's only 3 black folk. I really am. I'm as piss poor of CBS. They need to do better. They just need to do better. Memphis and Cody end up winning. And I'm not necessarily shocked. Damn for sure I ain't shocked about Cody. Cody was a competition beast. Bailey and Tyler are reintroduced to each other, and they hug. I remember watching something where Tyler said that him and Bailey kind of made up or kind of talked. I don't know what I was watching, and I don't know if I'm necessarily confused or not, but I want to say I remembered hearing that. Maybe Bailey said it on the challenge. I'm not sure, but I remember hearing them Having them hug afterward was very interesting. I was like, I was really looking forward to Davon and Bailey acknowledging each other, but based on the edit, it seemed like they were looking at each other, but it seemed like they weren't really vibing. But then they hugged after the end, and then something was said, something was happening or whatever, and then Bailey waved her hand like that. Don't know what that was all about, but you know, whenever there's a small cast of black folk on any of these reality shows, it always seems to be that the black folk are pitted up against each other. And I don't know if that happens because the producers do some shit or if it just happens that way, but I'm not a fan of that. And I really hope that no matter what happens, no matter what alliances are made, that Bailey, Davon, and David work together in some capacity or at least get along. That's not a lot for me to hope for. There's not a lot for me to wish for. I just hope that it happens, and I want it to happen. Okay? Everyone is loving each other like, oh my God, you're here. Oh my God. They're not listening to Miss Chen at all. She's like, guys, I need y'all to stop hugging. I need y'all to stop doing this. Hello, hello. At one point, I'm thinking her mic was muted. I'm like, girl, they are not listening to you whatsoever. We get past all of the pleasantries. Everybody is brought to the forefront. They're asked a couple questions. Bailey is saying, hey, if I can deal with Swaggy, I can deal with these people. I'm not pressed. Already, Bailey is like not here for it in the face. She's not. And again, she's coming off the heels of the challenge, so she's still ready to go. She's in beast mode. She looks good with those braids. I love it. I'm here for Nicole. I'm loving that she's here. I want like the underdogs, and I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, I want the underdogs to like win superior. People that are honest, people that play an honest and legit game, I want them to win. I believe that Christmas played an honest and legit game. Nicole played an honest and legit game last season. Bailey played the legit game. Davon always is honest and authentic. David, although he sucked in the competitions, he played the legit game. I'm wanting these people to be successful. I don't know all the other old heads, so I'm not sure what they're giving, but I'm always a fan of honesty winning for Big Brother, and I know that the premise is not with honesty, but I feel like honesty is and can be the best policy. We get to the HOH, and my boy Memphis ends up with a good score with that whole thing. I would have been running all through that. I just would have been running all through that. My long legs, tap, tap, oh, it's moving. Tap, tap, it's not. Flip, 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 flip. I would have beasted. I just know I would have. And y'all know that I would have, okay? Cody ends up coming through with 22.07 or 06 seconds, and no one can match that. I think Nicole was slick, though. I think Nicole was real slick. I think she stepped on the same one twice, just so she wouldn't have a chance of winning and to try to show that she's incapable. I think she did it on purpose. I'm feeling the vibes there, Nicole. I'm feeling them. Ian, you need to watch out for Ian. Ian is a beast, and I'm like looking at him between Ian, Memphis, and Cody. Those three dudes are gonna go far if they're not taken out rather quickly, and I want that to be understood. I hope and pray that none of the first two people voted to go in are of the diverse crew. And that's the one token gay that's always on a reality show, and the 2 or 3 black folk that always are sprinkled on the top of the food. Like, what are we doing here, CBS? What are we doing? Are there no like black aides or black producers on any of these CBS shows? Who thought of this casting? I'm not understanding. I'm not sure. I'm really not. But anywho, that is the cast of 2020, and I'm not impressed. I like some of the people. I would say I like a good 6 or 7 of them, but the rest I need to get to know and understand and learn, and hopefully I'm just praying that black people aren't the first to go or first voted in. Everybody knows the time period that we're in. We were tested 4 to 5 times for COVID before going in the house. We know about George Floyd. We know about everything that's going on in the world. There's only 3 plaques. I can't stop talking about it. It's very important that CBS acknowledges this fail, this ultimate fail. Anyways, I'm gonna be reviewing BB22 as best as I can. I'm not watching the feeds. I bought the feeds for season 21, but I quickly got rid of them because I'm not about to sit through all that. I find out all the stuff through online anyway, so I'll just comment on that. You know, CBS can keep my $4 or $5. Now, had there been like 7 or 8 black folk, I probably would partake in that. But yeah, not so much. Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about this all-star battle. Who do you think are going to be the first 2 picked by Sir Cody? And yeah, leave comments. And if you're not, for whatever reason, tuning into my online streaming network, which I deem to be the miniature Netflix, go to aconnectiontv.com to watch my original scripted content. We just got finished finalizing our game show for the network called Zodiac Wars, where you get to battle it out and see who's the best sign. Oh my God, it's really, really good. So I'm so excited for that. And I'm just learning and growing, and I'm trying to be a better creator, trying to be a better content uploader, but definitely support. Go to aconnectiontv.com, aka watch actv.com. Leave your comments again. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. And I'm so excited for Big Brother 22, aka All Stars. Peace. I know. You're not about to think about not subscribing to aconnectiontv.com. Copyrighted.